Which one would I prefer if given the option? I'm actually gonna pick. So let's get one thing clear. This is not a rhythm fitness game. Not in the way you're used to. And yes, this is a hill that I've chosen to die on. Let me explain. Now, if you purchase this game thinking that you're gonna jump in with a friendly trainer who's going to give you a playlist of your favorite songs and you're gonna rock out and jam out to Doja Cat while Leanne Pedanti tells you stories about her college days listening to dubstep and getting into shenanigans with her friends, you're gonna be disappointed. This is not that type of game. In fact, it's not a game at all. So if that's what you're expecting, just turn around and leave. Go on, get out of here. I said go. What this is a trainer-based fitness game with a variety of workouts at various difficulty levels and durations. Sounds familiar, right? The trainers are laser focused too. They're not talking about their favorite potato salad or how much they like to twerk. They're focused on you, and this is kind of a refreshing change. So Les Mills is not a new thing. It's been around for actually a pretty long time. So before we jump into this VR game, let's take a little bit of a look at who Les Mills is and why this is important for this review. The easiest way I can explain Les Mills is if you take 5 mils and you subtract 2, you're left with Les Mills. Les Mills is a fitness program that started in the 90s. But it actually started in the 60s, but the version of Les Mills that we see today is a 90s-based version. Les Mills was an Olympic athlete in the early 50s, 60s? Doesn't matter. Was anyone alive then? I don't think so. Definitely not you. Then in the 90s, his son Philip and his wife Jackie came together with a lot of fitness background and put together Body Pump. You've probably seen Body Pump in your local gym. They have these little tiny barbells and they do a lot of cute stuff. I don't know, it's not my thing, but I've seen it, I've heard about it, I've even taken their class. It's just not for me. Fast forward to today, they've created a whole laundry list of different types of programs. And this is their newest entry into fitness, BodyCombat VR. BodyCombat is its own class. If you look up BodyCombat near you, you'll probably find it at your local YMCA. And I'll be completely transparent, I've never taken that particular class. And what it is an MMA themed workout that is another fitness class. But it's MMA themed. It's about as close to MMA as a Pop-Tart is close to a French bakery. It's a Spider-Man themed birthday party. Is Spider-Man actually there? No, but do you see pictures of him? Yes. I could go on about this, but you get the idea. But you're not here for a history lesson or to talk about Spider-Man birthday parties, are you? Are you? You're here to learn about this new game and whether you should spend $29.99 on a new fitness application. So let's talk about my experience with this game. I've been playing it for about a week now, and I've done 4 workouts. All of them at the highest intensity at the longest duration because I really like to test my steel when it comes to VR fitness. Here's some things I noticed right out of the gate. If you start this program expecting to work out immediately, you're gonna be disappointed. There's actually a pretty long tutorial that you have to take in order to get yourself familiar with the elements in the environment. Does it make sense? Absolutely. But it could catch you off guard like it caught me off guard, and you have to learn a few things about the program before you start. It takes about 10 minutes, maybe 15, but honestly, it's definitely something you're gonna need to do. Some tutorials you can skip completely and kind of wing it. Not on this one. There's too much new stuff. Now in this game, it's not just another cardio boxing game, but what this is introducing a lot of new elements that I personally have never seen in games, at least presented in this way. The knees are gonna be a huge factor in engaging your core and getting more lower body work than you're used to. It's actually pretty clever how they do it. They got some like little robot guys flying through the air, and you're supposed to grab them with your hands and bring them down to your knees. Now you're on the honor system with the actual knee part. You could grab them and just slam them down, but in reality, if you're doing a workout, you're probably not doing it to cheat a high score. You're probably actually looking to get the workout in. And I think this is very clever that they're not worried about body tracking your knees. They know you're gonna do it, so just f***ing do it. Chest punches are another one. Now, chest punches are with a 2-handed punch forward, and you've probably seen me talk about double punches in games like Power Beats VR, and this isn't like an actual thing you do in MMA. You don't see MMA fighters double punching. What it should be is more of a push, and that's how they're framing it, is a push off, you know. Then you have sky punches. So imagine there's things flying above you and you're trying to punch them with 2 hands. again, they're framing this as MMA, but it's just two hands up in the air. I get it. It's stupid, in my opinion, calling it a sky punch, but it does get you a good workout, so we're gonna continue with this. Then you have the battle rope slams, where you're doing more like a double hammer fist, and I mean, I have my opinions on battle ropes, but again, they're framing this in a way that makes pseudo sense for MMA, I guess, and a training environment. So it's fine. It's fine. This is all okay with me. Some of the stuff you kind of like, I kind of roll my eyes at a bit. But if you're not into MMA, you should be fine. You should be good to go. Then you have some side punches with hand. Again, they're not real punches, but they get you moving in a way that makes sense. So it has a pass for me. It does. So upon completing my first workout with them, I was a little skeptical. The trainer voice, it never stops. So if you're someone who just wants to rock out to music and not hear any voices, you're definitely not gonna enjoy this game unless you go into it framed correctly. Meaning, I'm gonna listen to a trainer, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna sweat.
This time we're gonna lead with the right hand. And we're actually gonna throw some power, right? Yeah, come on, power punch, right left. More, how do you do power H? But you have to think of it. Power starts in the mind, then it comes through the ground.
But if you're expecting just rock out radio, not gonna happen. These literally, they never stop talking. From start of the workout to the end, you won't hear more than maybe 3 seconds of not talking. If you think I'm joking, buy the game and listen. It's interesting. So playing this game, you're gonna need to want to have a trainer in your ear. And you might not even realize that that's what you want, but it is for this game. It makes sense. None of the tracks behind you, you're not gonna recognize, it's not gonna be This is a hard one to explain because you really do have to experience this game, but it's a lot of tracks you've never heard of, but because the trainers are really good, it makes sense and it works. So it does work. If you've already taken a Les Mills class, these trainers are right on brand. In fact, they're the same trainers that are in the YouTube series and their on-demand series, so you're gonna recognize a lot of the same people. And then they change a few things that at first is a little weird for me. Like, for example, instead of calling their stance an orthodox stance or a southpaw stance, it's like a left combat stance or a middle stance, which is a karate thing, so that actually is a thing. Or like a right combat stance. At first you're like, but this isn't what it's called. But I understand what they're doing. They're getting you to buy into their version of the program, so in your brain you're gonna be calling it a left combat stance. And at one point I'm like, oh, left combat stance. And I went, oh, no, don't call it that. Again, it's their brand. They want you bought in. They want you sold on the workout. And it does, it works. Where this program really takes off though, is they have really good program lengths, from 10 minutes to about 25 minutes tops. And I think that's a great amount of time to be working out. The exercises are good and they're paced appropriately. When you're looking at the footage from me, you're probably thinking it looks slower, and it is slower because the focus isn't on speed, it's on power, and that's gonna actually get you a really good workout. A lot of times when I'm playing Supernatural boxing, I usually play the hard pros only workouts, and it's really fast. Like, it's really hard to keep up, and you don't always get a full extension of your punches, whereas in here, every punch, every squat, everything you do is gonna be meaningful and intentional, and it's gonna contribute to a hard workout. You can't really half-ass this one if you're paying attention to the coaches and your score. You may play this one time and not enjoy it because the coaches are cloyingly positive. They're the kind of people that wake up happy and peppy in the morning, ready to tackle the day and eat egg white omelets and low-fat cheese and turkey bacon and are actually happy about it. Yeah. They're those kind of people. But after like workout 2 and 3, I don't know. I'm starting to kind of enjoy this thing. Like, do you? I'm glad you're happy. I'm not that positive, but it kind of rubs off on you. And by workout 4, I'm actually pretty sold on this thing. Now, counting the workouts, it looks to be about 30 base workouts that come with the program, which is actually a lot of workouts. There's not a lot of differentiation, as in it's not dance and boxing and this. It's all the same program. It just has different goals like core focused and power focused, and I like that about that. It's body combat. It's not trying to be all the different things. Sometimes when you play games like Supernatural and they release a brand new workout, but it's not, your thing, because it's like the flow and not the boxing, I don't know. It gives you more to skip. You could do a lot of the program and enjoy it all. Now, I know what's going to happen. In the coming weeks and months, people are going to try to compare this to FitXR and Supernatural. And I think that's unfair because Les Mills has been around a long time. Much longer than Supernatural has had you playing with their balls. What? Their balls. You're playing with them. What am I supposed to say? Now here's the big question that I know a lot of people have been wanting to know from me. Are they comparable? Is there a place for it at the table? And the bigger question, is it better? Now let's remember better is a subjective word. There are lots of people who yell at me that FitXR is better than Supernatural and vice versa. So better is subjective here. So take my opinion as you know me. Because you know I'm a kind of a Supernatural fan. I like their workouts, I think they're fun. So for me, my go-to cardio when I don't know what else to do during the day is Supernatural. And having played this a few times this week, which one would I prefer if given the option? I'm actually gonna pick BodyCombat. I like the workout structure better. I like that it's more power focused. I love that it can get me into the red zone in my heart rate. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever done that with Supernatural or FitXR. It feels more like a workout and less like dancing. And while I don't mind dancing, it's not my favorite type of workout. And I really like the creative addition of knees and how they present it. The movements are clever and they get you a full body workout. Another thing is I absolutely love the metrics in this. And that's always been a critique of Supernatural from me, is the metrics are complete dog balls. They're worthless. They're absolutely worthless. And they're not gonna change anytime soon. But BodyCombat absolutely nails the metric. You have 8 people in your class, kind of like FitXR, and you're constantly getting feedback with each punch. You're not waiting till the end of 3 minutes to see how you did. You're gonna be getting real-time feedback, and that's fantastic. Look at me chasing after BMF here. Like, I'm gonna let BMF beat me. And I'm gonna be completely honest, after 4 workouts, working with the coaches who are super sweet and positive, I'm sold. I like them. I think they're fun to work out with. And I enjoy that it's more focused on me as the user and less about story time and Twerk Central. I don't hate those either, but I just prefer the other one. And the best part is, at the end of the workout, I'm completely obliterated. I'm talking thrill of the fight obliterated. And I like that. I don't like that. I kind of love that. Whoa, what was that? Love? What is this love feeling? Should probably get that checked out. So me personally, I'm probably gonna be taking a break from Supernatural for a while as my go-to cardio program. I really enjoy what they've done with this, and it's funny because when I saw this was made by Otter's Lab, which is the same people who make O-Shape, I was a little skeptical because if you know me, I'm not a huge fan of O-Shape. I don't really get it. But BodyCombat's the real deal, and I'm sold. I'm in, guys. Let's do it. So catch me on the leaderboard if you see my name up there. Bear Trapper Keeper. That's my Oculus username too, so if you ever want to add me. At a price point of about $30 for 30 workouts, it's hard to beat. If I'm not mistaken, they're going to be adding a subscription later down the road, but you're going to be able to keep the base workouts, which I think is awesome. So if you like them, you keep them. If you want to get more, you get more. And I'll be buying the subscription when it comes out. I think it's fantastic. What do you think? Are you ready to try BodyCombat? If you do, keep your skepticism off to the side. And in my opinion, try 3 workouts before you decide whether you hate it or not. That's what it took me to enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, it's a really good workout and it's a fresh take on fitness that we've been missing for quite a while. So what to do after BodyCombat? How about a meditation? Check out my first glimpse at Home, the new meditation app from the Quest 2 store. My name is Ari with FitPro VR, and don't forget to get your workout in today.